Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be going over how to factor quadratic expressions. The first expression that we're going to work on is going to be x squared minus 7x minus 18. This is going to break down into two separate binomials. The first two terms need to multiply to make x squared. That's going to be x and x. We're going to drop the first sign and we ask ourselves negative times what is a negative? And the answer there is a negative times a positive is negative. Now we get factors of 18 that subtract to make 7. So what are multiples of 18 that subtract to make 7? 9 and 2. When we subtract 9 and 2, we get 7. The bigger number will always go first. And we have that x squared minus 7x minus 18 is x minus 9 times x plus 2. Next we have p squared minus 5 times p minus 14. We're going to break this down into two separate binomials. And then we're going to have multiples of 14 that subtract to make 5. We have 7 and 2. When we subtract 7 and 2, that gives us 5. So we'll write 7 here, 2 here. And remember, the first sign drops. So here we're going to have a negative. And then we ask ourselves, negative times what is a negative? Negative times positive is negative. The next quadratic equation we're going to work on is going to be x squared minus 16x plus 63. We're going to break this down into two separate binomials. We're going to drop the first sign, ask ourselves negative times what is positive, negative times a negative is a positive, and then we're going to ask ourselves what are factors of 63 that add to make 16. We have 7 and 9. When we add these two factors, we get 16. So the bigger number always goes first, and we have x minus 9 times x minus 7. The last one that we're going to do today is going to be 5p squared minus p minus 18. We're going to break this down into two separate binomials. We're going to write 5p in both of them. We're going to drop the first sign and then ask ourselves negative times what is negative? Negative times a positive is negative. And then we're going to get the number in front and multiply it by the last number. 5 times 18 is 90. And then we're going to have factors of 90 that subtract to make 1. That'll be 9 and 10. We put the bigger number first. Notice that in the first binomial, we have a 5 in common. We need to factor out the 5 and make it disappear. That is the one thing about this method of factoring a quadratic equation where a is bigger than 1 that we need to factor out and basically get rid of. But we have that 5p squared minus p minus 18 is going to equal p minus 2 times 5p plus 9. If you enjoyed this video and if you learned something new, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.